Good afternoon now, or evening, however you want to look at it. This is going to be a short video. We are reading The Blobs, Crash Land by Justin Stewart, illustrated by Rick Douglas. Wait, how long is chapter 6? I didn't read chapter 5. Alright, we're going to read 2 chapters today, chapter 5 and chapter 6 of the book. Chapter 5, Captured. Wilby and Goosebob trudged through the mud. The silence between them kicked and awkward, and Goosebob wasn't thrilled about being paired with Wilby. Hey, you want to see something I found when we landed? Wilby couldn't contain his excitement no longer. Goosebob sighed, regularly playing along. What do you guess? Stick. With a grin, Wilby pulled the leaf from his pocket and held it up toward the dull sky. Close look. A strange bubbly goo inside, casting a faint glow. Goosebob leaned in, curiously sparking, desperate despite himself. I wonder how it does that. Beats me, but I am keeping it, Wilby declared proudly. Of course you are. Zilmer and Chubbs moved through the strange landscape, but Chubbs was falling behind, his arms overflowing with new plants. Could you slow down, he huffed. Zilmer said, maybe you can keep up if you drop some of those weeds. Actually, they seem related to some plants in my horticultural encyclopedia. Chubbs began pushing his glasses up his nose with his elbow. They appear to be perennials. Come on, Chubbs, let's go. Zilmer turned her shook her head with an amused smile and kept walking. Kadetsky's heart resumed beating as he stood with his hands raised. Well, Kadetsky resumed beating as he stood with his hands raised. Captain Zurg and 2 of his commanders circled Kadetsky. Well, what do we have here? Captain Zurg sneered. His glowing eyes fixed on Kadetsky. He took a few steps for a close look. Squeak, squeak, squeak. The noise was from his shoes. Sonny, the glitchies didn't seem that intimidated. Kadetsky swallowed, urged to giggle. One of the smaller glitchies probed Kadetsky with his prong staff. What is this thing? He asked the other. Kadetsky tried to step back from the prongs. I'm a blob. Oh yeah? What's a blob? Kadetsky repeated what he learned in Blobs studies. No one really knows, so we just call ourselves Blobs. The guard nudged his friend and snickered. Looks like talking Peebles to me. Kadetsky blinked. You guys kind of look like cups. The laughter stopped. Captain Zurg spun around, raising his 2-pronged staff. Electricity sparked at the end. We aren't cups, we are glitchies. He swung his staff in frustration, accidentally smacking one of his guards in the head. And you're coming with us. They roughly handcuffed Kadetsky. Wait, I don't know if Kadetsky protested. Nope, save it for the Lord Zord. Captain Zurg. Snap! As they marched toward the rover, squeak, squeak, squeak. Kadetsky's mind raced. Where were they taking him? Would Chubbs and their new friends be okay? The question swirled in his head, but there were no answers. Only the unknown laid ahead. That's what they look like. That's what Rick drew up. Rick, you are a smart man and funny at the same time. Now, chapter 7, investigated. Well, I thought this was going to be a short video. It's going to be a little long video. That's okay. Wilby stood memorized by the thick leaf in his hand. Quick, staring at that thing. Let's get back to the pod. Goosebob turned around. There's nothing over here. Reluctantly, Wilby stuffed the leaf back in his pocket and followed Goosebob. You know I love things that glow. Glow sticks, glow bugs, glow lamps, anything of that sort. Goosebob grumbled to himself in irritation as they... Down here in the corner, I don't know if you guys can... It's Wilby's diary of his plants, I guess. Approached the pod, they noticed Chubbs and Zima already had returned. Did you guys find anything? Chubbs said. Surrounded himself with a new collection of plants. Not really, this place is just a big swamp. Goosebob complained. I found something. Wilby grinned and pulled the leaf from his pocket, holding it up like a champion lifting a gold medal. It's beautiful. Why is it glowing like that? Chubb stepped closer in awe. It must have some kind of power or something. Wilby hugged the leaf. Chubb's inserted fade as a new worry creeped in. Wait, where's Cadetsy? The others looked around too, suddenly realizing their leader was nowhere in sight. Shivering, Chubb said what they were all thinking. This was Cadetsy's plan. He should be back by now. Right, guys? His voice trembled. Zima shrugged. Let's not jump into the worst case scenario. Maybe he got lost, or he could be on his way back now. Chubb started into the distance, muttering, please, oh please, come back, Cadetsy's. Don't worry, guys. Cadetsy's in the Blob Force. He'll know what to do. Wilby suggested maybe we could call them for help or something. Goose snorted. We already said we don't have service out here. Zorby Bane. Lost in thought, Zuma paced back and forth. Suddenly she stopped and spun around. It's too dangerous to stay split up for this long. You better go look for him. Everyone follow my lead. Goosebump crosses on. Why should we follow you? Oh, I guess forgot to mention she dug into her backpack and whipped out a blobifying glass. I'm a private investigator, Goosebump. Eyes widening. You forgot to mention that. When were you going to tell us that? Wilby's grin stretched ear to ear, his head tilting in awe as he beamed Zoma. Awesome. Bloop! A bubble of ooze popped under Glitchy's guard foot as he probed Cadetsy forward. Right this way, space egg, the guard taunted, motioning, monitoring a claw hand toward the looming Glitchy headquarters. I told you, I'm a blob, Cadetsy muttered. He squinted up at the giant glowing structure. Massive dark stone walls enclosed the headquarters towers, positioned at every corner, cast dark shadows across the gray land. Electrical burst crackled in the air around the fortress, creating a constant buzzing that made the air feel alive. This can't be good, Cadetsy thought, his mouth going dry. As they approached, the main gate swung open with a metallic grin, allowing the guards and Cadetskis to enter. Inside the fortress bustled with more Glitchies. Some with legs, some hovering, others on wheels. One rolled up in tank treads, towering over Cadetsy. That's the base headquarters. I'm guessing these are the towers. Again, Rick, love the pictures. Justin, I love the pictures, but I don't like the black and white. That's the only thing I don't like about this. You guys could have done it colored. I know it probably costs a little bit more, and I know you guys are probably saving money for your first book, but it's gonna be great. What would an officer of Blob Force do in this situation? He wondered. He tugged at the handcuffs on his wrist. Not much I can do except gather until Cadetsky's eyes darted around, trying to learn as much about this place as possible. Though he should have been scared, his curiosity got the best of him. These creatures were unlike anything he had ever seen. You coming with me? The tank treaded Glitchy bark, nudging him forward. Cadetsy's attention snagged on the new guard's belt. Some kind of communication device was attached to it, next to a can labeled anti-squeak oil. Whatever that was. If I could get my hands on that comm, I might be able to reprogram it, call for help. The huge Glitch cut those thoughts short. As he shoved Cadetsy down in a dimly lit hallway, a metal prison door creaked open as the guard pushed Cadetsky inside. Cadetsky reached over and snatched the device from the guard's belt, shoving it inside his shirt. Heart pounding, Cadetsky waited to get caught, but the guard, all cockiness, threatened, "You better be quiet and settle in, little fella, or you'll end up with the s'mores." The door clanged shut behind him, and Cadetsy's blinking confusion. What in the world is a s'mores? Guard's laugh echoed down the corridor. And that's him in the corridor, or in the cell. Thank you for coming along, listening to me. My voice ain't the best. I ain't the best with this. Thank you.